Gary, how much of a local derby do you regard this as?
I think it's very much a local derby. I think that the fans, when we got the fixtures out, when we knew Swindon were in our league, that was one that they would have been looking for and looking forward to. I think Swindon will as well, because it's near enough a home game for them. I'm sure just as many Swindon fans live nearer us than they do Swindon. I think we sold our allocation, so it'd be a great for Swindon. So it'd be great atmosphere, good atmosphere. When the away support is loud and vociferous, then normally our crowd compete, which is good. So players enjoy it, managers enjoy it, supporters enjoy it. Big atmospheres, and it's nice that we're going to have one of those on Saturday.
And I know it's a different competition, but in some ways, can the Forest Green Checker Trade game almost be a warm-up for sort of another derby coming, if you like?
No, I don't think so. I think that was a different kettle of fish. Forest Green used it for their reasons. We used it for our reasons. It certainly didn't have the league atmosphere, if you like, even though a couple of bunches of rival supporters, if you like, were bantering each other a little bit. But certainly there's not as much at stake as there is on Saturday when you play in the league. So I think it's a different game. This is our bread and butter, if you like, and this is where we've got to keep our winning run going.
And the likes of Harry Pell presumably will be better for being rested midweek.
Yeah, there was a few we rested midweek, but also we didn't play most of the ones that would be involved on Saturday for 90 minutes. You know, we had to take them off during the Forest Green game. Started with 3 or 4 first team players, finished with 3 or 4 first team players when we switched them over. So they haven't had a hard 90 minutes. You know, so hopefully we'll be flying fit and raring to go on Saturday.
How's Freddie Hines? You said you took him off as a precaution.
Yeah, well, he was struggling with a little bit of a tight hamstring, and we certainly didn't want to keep him out there and lose him to a torn hamstring. So, because that's always the next stage. So we took him off as a precaution, but he did have a tight hamstring. So he's getting a bit of treatment this morning. I'm sure he'll be training. So, we probably did it at the right time.
And that goal he got, absolutely fantastic to get him up and running now, because all your strikers are among the goals at the moment.
Yeah, he probably done his hamstring in a celebration. That's what happened to Mo the other day when Sellers smashed into him trying to celebrate and doing a triple somersault over him. But anyway, what was the question?
Strikers in good form.
Yeah, they're in good. That was a good strike. I mean, obviously, you've got to do a little bit more than just. I mean, great to score a goal, but everyone's got to do a little bit more than just score a goal, and I think that's what they're all trying to do at the moment. They're all trying to create a situation where they've got to be a constant threat. Our strikers, all teams have got to have a striker that is a constant threat wherever the ball is, and we're still teaching a couple of them to be that constant threat.
Talking of front men, of course, Danny Wright saw red. You said you'd have a look at it. Is there anything more now that you presumably have had a look at it?
Well, I've seen the report, and I don't think it was a stamp, that's for sure. But he certainly maybe could have let the fella. I think it was I don't think it was vicious, but at the same time he stepped on him. Now, whether that was intentional or not, only Dan knows that in his own head. However, the new rules now of the Checker Trade Trophy are, if you get a red card, you only get suspended for the Checker Trade Trophy games, the next 3. So he doesn't miss any league games, which he's had a sigh of relief about, because he didn't want to miss the league games, and we didn't want him to miss the league games either. So, but I'll have a word with him, and I've had a chat with him on the phone, but I'll have a word with him today as well and see if we can't, stop that little shenanigan.
Everyone else okay?
Well, we've still got Kevin Dawson, who's we're still keeping an eye on at the moment. We had good news from the scan that he had that it was just bone bruising, so we're just waiting for him to feel like he's ready to come back to training and then start playing in the games.
And looking at this Saturday, last weekend you got your goal difference into the positives, so there's another step along the milestone. Is the next one to get into the top half of the table?
Yeah, I said a few weeks ago, didn't I felt we was a top half of the table team, and I still believe that. I think we've been very, very consistent over the last 4 or 5 games, picked up some good points, 10 points out of the last 4 games, and that's made the players grow in confidence, not just for themselves but in their teammates, and we've got to make sure that we keep that league form up if we can, because we did say we needed a run. 2's not a run yet, but I suppose you've had 3 out of 4 and 1 draw, so that's a non-losing run, that's for sure. But we need a couple more wins on the trot to get us a bit nearer the playoffs.
The more you keep doing that, of course, the more teams will take notice of you. Is that also another stage in which the team's got to grow?
Yeah, I think teams are taking notice of us. I mean, we lost a couple of games and managers were saying that they're in a false position. We went to Accrington and John Coleman felt we was in a false position and he didn't want to show that their club was in a false position, so he created a good competition there between us, and I think the lads have got the respect of the opposition. I don't think any team in this league hasn't got the respect of the opposition, for the simple reason it's the teams that are down there at the moment are all on 5 points. They're not going to stay on 5 points, are they, until the end of the season? So they're going to be picking up another at least 35, 40 points anyway, somewhere along the line. Because if you'll get relegated on 49 points probably. So, but that's still quite a few points to pick up yet for those teams at the bottom.